Radio.
Say ho, ho, say ho, 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 ho. Let's start the show. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Say ho, ho, say ho, whoa, ho, whoa. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Holy freaking God. Still kind of in a food coma from the time that I spent in Tahoe over the weekend. Man, I don't know if you've ever been to Tahoe before. Funkhauser and I might talk about it a little later on in the show, but whoa, what a town, what a city. Just absolutely one of the most beautiful places on the face of the planet, like the eighth wonder of the world, almost. It's just incredible. But then it's surrounded by all sorts of other rather appealing things, like delicious food like you wouldn't believe. I don't really drink. Well, I don't drink at all. I don't party. I'm not one of those people that uses party as a verb. Do you party? No, I don't party, and I don't even use it as a verb. But party's not a doing word for me. However, oh my gosh, the food in Tahoe, the level of hospitality that town has is pretty much unparalleled, and we'll get into it a little later on in the show. Oh, right now though. Well, I guess this is kind of about Tahoe. It's about taking some time for yourself. Now, that sounds self-centered, doesn't it? Do you take time for yourself in the mornings or whenever? Do you have a little portion of your day where you're like, all right, I'm going to do something for me? It doesn't have to be big or involved or what have you. Maybe it's a walk by yourself or with your dog where you get some time with your thoughts in a sort of meditative way. Perhaps it's you come home from work, you play video games. I don't know. Me time is a rather elusive quality in today's society, especially because we're all connected to things that take away from your me time. Being online. Being permanently connected to your phone. You have a free second, zip, out comes the phone. You're scrolling through news feeds on whatever form of social media you want to, and all of a sudden, other people's lives are in your way. And you're not having time for yourself. You're not taking time to just be. And you know why I would stress that this is probably something you should do? Because, look, time for yourself sounds like a selfish thing. It's really not. You get that time for yourself. You get that moment, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, where you're doing something that is completely self-serving. You're going to be a lot more relaxed about who you are. You're going to have that moment of connectivity with you. Free from all the noise and the intrusions of daily life. And I'm not talking about your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your family, your kids, whatever. Those aren't intrusions. Those are the people you love. And those are also partially your responsibilities as well. Well, they are your responsibilities if they're kids. And they're your responsibility if it's a spouse that you promise to help look after. You look after each other. But you still need to take that moment for yourself, that me time, that moment to connect to you. And it's not easy to come by. And it's not easy to ask for if you're in a relationship where you're like, hey, I know the kid just threw up and the dishes need doing and all this sort of stuff, but I need some time to connect for me. On the surface, and you want to pick your moments, obviously, on the surface, that sounds selfish. The more okay, the more accepting, the more happy and at home you are in your own skin, the better you're going to be to the people that matter the most. So take some time. I promise you, in this world, where life is moving at 1,000,000 miles and we are constantly suffering intrusion. Most of it self-inflicted through our phone. Putting that stuff down and taking a moment for you will 100% improve the quality of life for the people around you. We are bombarded on all sides by a vast number of messages that we don't want or we don't need. More information is generated in a single day than we can absorb in a lifetime. To fully enjoy life, all of us must first find our own breathing space and peace of mind. James Faust. Right now, though, Funkhauser, let's take a look at what's going on in the world in our segment, My Witness News. In no way, shape, or form fair. Certainly not balanced. What's going on in the world, and how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Things are good. It is another Monday.
I'm still full from the weekend.
You don't have jet lag from... Did you take a plane to Tahoe?
I planed it to Tahoe, yeah.
Did you plane to Reno and then had to go from Reno to Tahoe? Or?
Yeah, it was actually pretty easy. You know, you go to Reno, you get on the shuttle, it takes about 45 minutes or something. Truckee. What's Truckee?
I think Truckee's in between Reno and Tahoe. It's that...
Oh, that's the name of a town?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's beautiful. It's the whole ride was beautiful. There's so much to look at. Like, there really is something special, unique, and different about the American West. It doesn't look like anything else in the world, and it's awesome to drive through some of that on the way to what I consider to be the 8th. Oh, excuse me, still
Ooh.
full. Yeah,
that must be the surf and turf from yesterday.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I liked you becoming a complete girl and taking pictures of your food. I loved it.
Well, you know, the reason the reason you're so taken aback by the fact that I Instagrammed every single meal that I ate in Tahoe is because why? Because, well, we've been, following each other on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter for quite some time now. Have you ever really seen me be a perpetual Instagrammer of food?
Not really a foodie.
No. Well, I am a foodie, but I just find that look what I'm eating.
You're not a foodie documenter.
Yeah. It's just like getting my belly. Like, it's not my thing at all. But the food in Tahoe was so next level. Like, it was so unbelievably delicious. And this girl Jen, who does like PR for Tahoe, really, and like I feel like an absolute heel talking about this because. Well, all right, there's this thing in radio where, like, the hallmark of a lousy radio personality is that they go do something awesome, and then they spend, like, their show talking about, oh, my God, it was so unbelievably awesome, and it's just like, shut up, jerk. I'm here at work. I don't want to hear about the incredible weekend, whatever. It's lousy radio personalities brag about their experiences, and I want to make it very clear that I'm not bragging. I was just so taken aback by how amazing Tahoe is that I was like, God, this, I never Instagram food, but this is insane. I never, sort of go on vacation and take pictures of like, look where I am. But this is truly, truly insane. It was incredible. And this awesome girl Jen that does PR sort of like for Tahoe as a whole kind of set it up for me to go. I was like, what's to do, what's good? Like, I'm not a drinker, I'm not a partier, I gamble a little, but really, I want to see outdoors, but I'm not a hiking, biking, hardcore Call of the Wild man outdoors type of individual. I want outdoors light. And she was like totally cool, and I think they'll do this for anyone, and I don't think it really costs anything, where they just go, all right, you want to try this hiking trail, you want to try this sort of like bike path, and and it was so cool because it was like outdoors light. It wasn't physically demanding. I didn't feel like I had to roll up my sleeves and wear rubber boots or do anything that was uncomfortable for me in terms of the fact that I'm one of the last great true indoorsman. But it was so cool. Tahoe's really an amazing, I don't think there's anything like it on the face of the planet.
That was your first time?
First time, never seen it before. It was actually on my bucket list because I just heard everybody go like, oh God, it's amazing. And it really is just so beautiful, and the lake there
Did you dip your toes in the lake?
I did not dip my toes in the lake. I went out in the lake, took a little sort of like cruise across the lake, and I wanted to reach down and drink some of it because apparently, well, it's the second purest existing body of water on the earth. I think the first is somewhere in Russia, far, far from Chernobyl, I'm guessing, but but it's in Russia. This is the second purest source of water in the world, and it's apparently more pure than the vast majority of the spring water that you're going to buy bottled in stores. So I wanted to like reach down and drink some, but I was just like right next to the boat motor. Probably not the best or smartest.
Ooh, a side of oil.
Yeah. So, but the food was like just insane. Insane. There was like, it's funny, there's this casino that all the locals go to, and it's called Lakeside, and it's not like this enormous, like they have enormous fancy casinos there, like the Harrah's there and the Harvey's there and the Mount Blue, like all these big sort of like palatial type spots. And Lakeside is not that. Lakeside is, I guess, where a lot of locals go, and it's really cool, but it's definitely a little bit more laid back in its demeanor. But you go in there and like right next to the sports betting place, there's this place called Latin Soul, and you're like, really? This is supposed to be a dining experience right across from where you decide whether the Rockets or the Clippers, go Rockets by the way, are going to win. And dude, it was like the best South American food I've ever had. You remember the French toast Instagram?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that will live on in infamy. That came from there. I was like, South American French toast. I'm curious to see what this is like. And it was awesome. If that time for yourself that you and I were talking about at the beginning of the show, if you can, and it's really not that far, and the people there are so nice. I think, like a big chunk of the economy there is tourism, so they want you to have an awesome time. They want to leave an excellent taste in your mouth, A, with the food, B, with the incredible service and the friendly way everyone there seems to go through life. Like, they want it to be an amazing time for you when you go out there. So, man, taking that time for yourself that we talked about at the beginning of the show, if you could do that, Tahoe South is absolutely the place. Like, it's just beautiful. And when you are struck with the enormity of something like Lake Tahoe, and you realize how small and insignificant we are in the face of it all, the fact that we as human beings are really nothing more than a reasonably successful germ that got off a slide and have done slightly better than other things that have come before us really hits home as you're struck with the enormity and the beauty of planet Earth looking at Lake Tahoe. And it just, I don't know, it's weird because it makes you feel very small in the face of it all, but it also makes you feel like, wow, how miraculous it is that we're all here together doing this, and we should really make the very best go of it we can have. You need some time for yourself. Go to Lake Tahoe. Go to Tahoe South. Just look at the lake for a while. It will do that thing where it reconnects you with what's important. And I can't possibly recommend it enough. And be prepared for a food coma at the end of it all. Good grief. Anyways. I'm sorry, I had a really good time.
Okay, yeah.
Like in radio, Funkhauser knows you get like a day and a half of vacation a year.
Yeah, it's like outside